Hello world, my name is Klaus Hostel and I'm doing 100 innovation keynotes in 100 days. Today is number 68 and today I'm going to look at an innovation case, which is packaging. Now, some time ago, my better half, Sue, ordered some posters for our home. Not some big ones. These were A4 posters, so we're not talking anything huge, but she ordered them from some website online and she got them shipped. Then a couple of days later, she ordered some more posters from a different website and got them shipped as well. Recently, both of them arrived and she took out the posters, said, oh, they're very nice, and is now hanging them up. However, that led to a discussion, and that discussion led to this keynote. Because Exhibit A, this is the first box that arrived. Da-da, postage stamp, you can see it's been opened. Inside this box is a roll. Here, da-da, poster. Classic, there was something with the lid. She said it was a little bit annoying to open, but you open and in here are the posters. Now, you can see this is just filler paper, but you can of course see that when you unroll this, it's not necessarily lovely. It's not necessarily how you want your posters. Now, usually, and what was for the actual posters, it was folded nicely. So it wasn't like rumpled, but it was still folded. This is a standard. Many places, when you order things that have a certain size, you get them in this sort of thing. If it had been an even bigger poster, there's an even better chance it would have been like this. It would have come out, here's actually a piece of nicely folded paper, like this. Like this. Still, I mean, it's nice, but it's still kind of curled. So the other place, Exhibit B, they delivered this. What do? You open here. You fold. Open here. Voila. And then here. Open here. And here are the actual posters. One of them is an India one, Fly TWA Jets here. And what does it look? It looks nice. It looks sharp. And it actually is exactly as it should be, ready to go on a wall or in a frame or something like that, because it's delivered exactly as it's supposed to be used or supposed to be hung. Now this, it's also easier to unpack. I'm not even going to talk about things like sustainability or price or anything like that right now. I'm just here. I'm just going to talk about the user experience difference. The experience in what product you actually receive. In this case, between here and here. One of them, this is normal. I've seen this many, many times. It's probably cheaper. My guess would it's cheaper. It probably has logistics advantage, all that sort of thing. But in the end, you end up being delivered a product that is not optimal for what the product actually is, which is a poster that you want to hang flat. This is perfect. It's nice. It comes in. And the really annoying thing about it, or the really interesting thing about it, is that Sue got this one first. And this one second. So if you'd gotten this one first and this one second, you'd be, okay, fair enough. And then you'd be delighted. Problem is, the mind doesn't work that way because we adapt. So when she got this one first and the other one second, she thought, oh, nice. What's wrong with these guys? Why are they delivering so badly? Because once you've set a standard, then anything lower than that standard will feel like you're being cheated. And we see this over and over again. If you go to something like Netflix, many of you have Netflix, you go to Netflix and you see they have all sorts of functions. You can highlight movies, give them a little star, and then they're on my list and that appears on your suggested things. You can pause a movie and then the next time you go on, you can see, do you want to watch more of that movie? You can do all sorts of nice things. Now, whenever you come up with, a streaming service that doesn't have that functionality that you're now used to, you're thinking, what's wrong with these people? There's a Danish service called Viaplay. Maybe, I think it's Danish. It might not be, it might be British, but who cares? There's another streaming service that we have that's called Viaplay. And if you want to reach this My List, like movies you've highlighted you want to watch later, then you need to go into their menu. You need to go to settings, and then there's a setting item that's called My List, and then you press that, and then you're there. It's not integrated into their user interface normally like it is with Netflix, like it is with several others of these streaming services. Disney Plus. Lovely service. Use it to watch Marvel stuff, to watch Star Wars, to watch DuckTales with Saga. Disney Plus doesn't have a do you want to continue watching thing. So if I want to continue watching something, I need to open the app on the remote. I need to go to and find that specific thing. And then in the episode, I can kind of watch on for where we were. I can continue watching. Now, this is tiny stuff. And you might think, well, Klaus, I'm in the business of saving lives and making the planet better. And you're talking about user interface stuff. Get a grip, man. The thing is, it doesn't really matter if it's Netflix or if it's postage or if it's how to handle the logistics for COVID testing or for something that matters. Distribution of aid to people that need it. The principle is the same. Once we're used to something working, we have a really hard time accepting when it doesn't. And it also means that once you see a thing, it's a good way to compete. It's a good way to win. It's a good way to innovate by doing something the others aren't. And when I say that, just to get back to these, if I was at a website and I wanted to order, if I could choose the method of ordering, I could choose this or the other one. Sure, I'd pay a little more for the other one. Now I've tried it. But if I don't know if the company is packaging like this or like this, then I'm going to be annoyed if they do it like this. And if I know, if there's a company that says, let's say it's a poster company. There's so many poster companies out there. But if you want to differentiate, saying, we package like this because we understand that when you get your posters, you don't want them curled. You want them crisp, straight, clean, nice. They're going to get my business. And this is just a nice example. It could be something more life-threatening. It could be something bigger, something more grand. But we got posters, so that's the example I use. So I want you to go out there and look at where you can innovate. That's not necessarily the core of what you're doing. Maybe it's something on the side. Maybe it's the delivery. Maybe it's the documentation. Maybe it's the onboard. It could be anything. But look at what's there and look at, is there a standard that you can follow that others have already developed so you at least get to that level? Or is there a chance for you to stand out, to you to think, we may not be able to produce better posters, because how do we do that? Print quality is pretty universal for most places. But we can produce better delivery and a better experience. Think. Come up with ideas. Look at what others are doing. And remember, humans, whether they're customers or people you're trying to help in a kind of grander sense, are tricky beings. And once we've tried the good stuff, we're really bad at going back. Thank you.